because this week of in combat sport, in sport in general, we saw everything. We saw longevity, we saw chaos, we saw market innovation, we saw elite wrestling culture, and we saw brutal cost of pushing the human body to its limits. And when I look at all these headlines together, one idea stands out. When the spotlight gets brighter, character gets exposed. So today's we're breaking down Andrei Arlovsky winning bare knuckle championship title, Mike Perry getting jumped by Eddie Alvarez crew, bare knuckle Bruce Cruz 3-day retreat announcement, CJI super match between Craig Jones and Dylan Dennis, Saga ranking serious wrestling souls, the upcoming number one Penn State versus number two state duel, and Lindsey Vaughn crashing out and injuring her leg. This is sport news. This is about evolution. This is about culture, and this is about what happens when pressure meets personality. Let's get into it. How's it going, man?
It's going good. How are you?
Doing good, man. Just ready for spring, you know. Got no those kind of thing.
Yeah. Well, a couple days ago we had almost spring. Felt like it anyway.
Yeah,
It's really warm out. It's like
yeah.
high 60s.
Yeah, just remember spring forward this weekend.
Ooh, I did not remember. Ooh, okay.
Yeah, be late for work.
Yeah, for real.
I heard they try to get away from that, like spring forward and falling back.
I feel like they debate that every now and then. I hope they get rid of it. It's really not necessary.
Hmm.
Um, but yeah,
How
we'll
many
see.
other countries doing?
Do any? I don't know.
I don't know. You would think countries that have more time zones, because I think it makes sense because of time zones. Because the United States is one of the big countries that have different time zones, but other countries they have time zones they should be able to do the same thing.
Hmm.
I think France has the biggest most time zones in any country.
France? Really?
Let me look it up
I think
because I think
China has quite a few.
yeah. Oh, France has 12 standard time zones. 13 if
Wow.
you include is it claim oh because the territories that they have. That's probably why.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Because
Mhm.
mainland France, they oversee territories. French
Yeah.
Polynesia, Tahiti time, Martinique, yeah, that makes sense. It's not just that mainland.
Oh, okay. That makes
That
more
makes
sense.
sense. Because France is not that big.
Right. That's what I was thinking. That's strange, but
It's the colonizing part. It's that's a different time zone.
yeah, crazy how that works.
This is the fine print. But going to the into the Arlovsky winning bare knuckle fighting. He's over 45 years old athlete. He's been fighting for a while. He was a I think he was junior champion in a senior level silver medalist for Sambo before he started doing MMA. In MMA, he won title. And now in bare knuckle fighting, he's champion. Will he be in the gold contention of Triple C of sports?
Yeah, there we go. Yeah.
A legit Triple C?
That's true. I mean, that's next level.
Yeah. I
It's
mean,
true the change in weight class.
yeah, he's a legit Triple C because he has fought the who's who.
Yeah.
He's been
I mean,
over
yeah,
20 years.
he's clearly seen some wars. I mean, if you look at his face, I think his nose is more for decoration at this point. I don't think he
Yeah.
breathes through that thing.
No, he can. Definitely not. He has no bone, just so cartilage, just holding
Right.
the skin together.
Right.
Dude, he survived multiple eras. He's the old UFC heavyweight division post Pride era. All those guys came on Heat Herring. They came to UFC. Modern MMA because I think he just left the UFC last year. So he's been for over 20 years.
Wow. That's crazy to think.
Yeah. Because he was in Affliction too. He fought Fermalenko. Fermalenko broke his jaw
Mm.
in in that event, which is nuts. Um, Experience changed for style. It's like I don't know if he's less ego and more patience on his part. because I heard that he always had some tension with some of the camps in which he was training out of, because he was one of those guys that changed camps during different fights.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
But I don't know if you're gonna get him confused with Overeem, because Overeem was one of those guys that changed a lot.
Yeah.
Because he was Black Zillions, he was Greg Jackson's,
Hmm.
he was, I can't remember what other teams, because he started, I think it was Glory in Netherlands. But it makes sense he left there because predominantly it's a kickboxing gym.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it makes sense.
Yeah. What are your thoughts on that? Like fighters jumping around, and because I can kind of see, a gym invests into this guy and then he just leaves. But
Hmm.
what are your thoughts on that?
It depends. Some gyms are, I know you remember Takedown Gym. You have to give him, I think it's 20% of your purse of your fight. So
Wow.
that makes sense. You want to leave because the more money you make, the more money is coming to your gym.
Yeah. Yeah.
You give him the same resources. It's not like you're getting more. You get nutritionist, somebody rubbing your feet as you come into the gym. You have a hot tub. No, it's the same thing. You're paying
Right.
more. You actually owning the gym at that point
Yeah.
as a
Yeah.
champion.
No.
Bring more notoriety to them in which, but you're not getting nothing different. And sometimes you need better training partners
True.
too.
Yep.
You cannot evolve if you stay in the same place, same people, and the only people that you're training with are trial people that are coming there,
Right. Right.
because you have high level people, and your coaches, if they're you stick to one methodology of training, the game passes you.
That's true.
But if you have an open mind, coaches like TriStar,
Right.
Faraz Sahabi, he's a good coach in kickboxing. He's a black belt on the Danaher. He has his trainer. He has his, not his trainer, but his athletes go down, wrestle, compete and train in the blue basement on their hands. So go taking, for example, George St. Pierre, he will go boxing in New York, 5'4" Puerto Rican. They go to the Hensos, the blue basement. He will take it to Greg Jackson's to train over there. And Greg Jackson was helping training. So that's one good coach that, like, hey, if I don't know something, I try and give you a good pointer of putting your game together, and we can
Right.
figure out to make you a better athlete. It's not necessarily it helps you keep a good relationship with your athlete, and also not so much like keeping your gym, but also help him evolve, which is what you want to see.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It's not it's on you. That's one thing that some coaches don't. I was talking to one of my buddies. They has a wrestling club that it is your responsibility for them to get better, but it's not about you. You want to wrestle your way. You want to compete and win, regardless
Mm-hmm.
of what technique they use.
Yeah. Yeah. That's true. Constantly. Yeah. Constantly looking for, you know, avenues that fit certain uh, athletes. I definitely would be the challenge.
Yeah, because sometimes some coaches they fall back into their identities. For example, a coach which is considered an arm locker, an arms dealer, and you want all your athletes to perform that way and just finish everybody with arm locks. And like it's jiu-jitsu and MMA, different bodies they have to use different technique. It doesn't apply to everybody. Results may vary. Which some people
Hmm.
may be better, longer legs may be better on triangles rather than arm bars.
Yeah.
Other people might have to set up upper body, have to do a lower body, like locks and stuff.
Yeah. No, definitely. Yeah. Just different games. And really, I mean, some of it even comes down to just how people think.
Hmm.
It's not even body type at a certain point. It's just some people think a certain way.
Yeah, and it's difficult because you don't want to become an identity. Some technique, and for some reason, I understand. It's kind of like talking to people. If you only talk about certain topic, that's what you know, and you stay in your lane, kind of. And if you go out of that, you feel like you're out of not so much out of pocket, but you feel like out of your realm, and you don't want to go that way.
Hmm.
But in a sport that you everything gets exposed in life, like real time, and you have to know those all those. You have to cover all your basics. You have to be at least have certain basic of how to do those.
Hmm.
Otherwise, you're hurting your athletes.
Yeah, that's
It's
true.
because you just want to defend your way. Your way is the only way, which is
Right.
not true.
Yeah, no, that's true. I think, yeah, there's probably a healthier way to go about it, you know. If,
Hmm.
yeah.
Yeah. But going back to the leaving the gym and like jumping gyms, it's good to have a good relationship with your coach. Like, hey man, I'm going to be here, train over here. I want to get some extra rounds. Like, just keep it open. Also, the coach should be able to be open minded because we don't know everything.
Right.
As coaches, you don't know everything. You're not supposed to know everything, anyways.
Right. I mean, yeah, that's what makes it a sport.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, that's true. I do think the relationship with the coach should be in such a way that you could do that.
Hmm.
But
I see me in the forums. This girl that she was talking about that she was training her main gym. That she started training another one for some reason timing issues or something. She started training over there. That's what it was. No, it was the timing issue. It was she didn't have many girls in her main gym, so she went to another gym. They have a lot of other girls compete there and train. And when it's competing time, she competed on her main gym name, and then
ah,
was trying for time for promotion. Everybody got promoted. She didn't even get a single stripe at the end of the year.
oof.
So she like asked the coach, like, hey, man, like, what's going on? Like, oh, we forgot to tell you about it. And then they gave her the stripe during one of the classes when she brought it up to the coach.
Hmm.
And then after that, she started training more on the other gym. And the coach wasn't talking to her. They removed her from the group chat that the team have.
Dang.
And then nobody said anything to her. So she's like, wow, like what the hell happened? And then they don't want her to talk to her or nothing.
Yeah, just cut her out of there. Not even
Yeah.
saying anything.
Yeah.
Ah,
Which is kind of shitty
yeah,
way to go about it.
right.
um to your athlete because they it's not just the coaches because you build relationship with your partners in there too.
Right.
Consider friends and family too, help each other out of the
Hmm.
mat and all those relationship. And then when you get cut off of the gym, like all that is gone.
Yeah, it's so strange. I mean, yeah, you'd think at least some of the players would be, open, but hmm,
Yeah. But if you're in a gym that's a cult, like it's hard to
that's valid. Yeah.
Gracie Baja.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, don't talk to that guy. He's a the devil.
He's a bluegie wearer.
We are white. You only wear white in here. He's a devil worshiper grabbing legs. He doesn't pull guard. He doesn't even say "oh" when he walks on the mat.
Ah, yeah.
Excommunicado. Um, Another thing I was gonna bring up about Arlovsky was what's really impressive is he fought cancer 3 times. That's a different kind of battle outside the ring and the cage.
Mm,
This battle that it is physical, it is a lot of mental, and it's a lot out of your hands because you need a lot of help from people. And speaking of things that you don't know about, you don't know shit about medicine, and that's what you need help with. Doctors helping you during those tough times.
yep. Yeah. I mean, that's got to be quite an obstacle to overcome. But not only, I mean, he didn't just overcome it. I mean, he came back to fighting too, which is
Hmm.
also crazy. I mean,
Yeah,
it gives you plenty of an excuse to start, just let yourself go, I guess. But yeah, no, that's.
the fire
Uh,
spirit.
mm-hmm.
That he had that since that's his way of life, I guess. The mentality of a fighter, and it's important to just not be a fighter physically or in the ring. The other fights that you have going on outside there,
Hmm.
that you cannot attack it the same way as you would a match. aggressively, patience, and some sort of way to handle it, not let it get to your emotions, or
Yeah,
because some days are probably going to be overwhelming. And
I would imagine.
being some days you're gonna get dragged out after chemo.
Hmm.
They feel like shit. You have to be mentally tough on those days, and because you still have to build a relationship with people.
Yeah.
Um, that's one thing I was gonna think about. Do you think bare knuckle this because you see a search of some of the fighters, it says coming into the combat sports of bare knuckle. Do you think that becoming a bare knuckle fighter is a legitimate path, not a retirement tour for some of these athletes?
It it's always struck me as strange. I don't know how much money is in it. I would imagine it's less than UFC. I would imagine that the competition is far less. You know, the skill wise, I don't think the competition would be as hard. I mean, I could be totally off on that. Uh,
Yeah, that checks out.
but the how hard that is on your body, like it's a like seems like a forced retirement kind of path. You know what I mean? Is it that's gotta wear so fast on your body. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and the cuts, it feels like you lose years. You think in MMA you lose years? Feel like you lose decades in bare knuckle fighting.
Right.
Those
Exactly.
cuts.
Yeah. Like your hands, your knuckles are never going to be the same. They're not going to work very well. If you break them like crazy, you're not going to be able to grip stuff very well later on. Your face
You have to brush your
is going to
teeth
be
with the toothbrush between your fingers.
yeah, exactly. It's like
You can grip it.
yeah, I feel like it's a path to being handicapped when you're old.
Yeah, say, hey, you bare knuckle. You not forget about the piano. You're not touching a piano ever again.
Yeah, for real. Yeah, or a keyboard.
Nothing. Um, guitar, forget about it.
Yeah,
You not dexterity in your fingers. Yeah.
it's a strange path. It seems to be one that a lot of people are taking.
Hmm.
It also probably does scratch the fighting itch quite
Yeah.
well. But yeah, again, I can't imagine doing that as a way to retire.
Yeah. Yeah, because like you said, probably a lot of the competition is not that big. Oh shit, I forgot. Speaking of competition, you see BJJ is going on right now.
It is, yep,
Yeah. Musumeshi, fighting another trial guy.
yeah,
But that's like Craig just was giving shit about. Uh, but yeah, it does make sense what you were talking about because like how are they so successful? But it's this exception because he went against Ben Rothwell. Ben Rothwell
mhm,
was one of the guys that he was really good in MMA, but he was I can't remember he was a champion or not. I think he was champion IFC, another organization, but that's the only organization I remember him being a champion
okay,
in. But the other guys that they go in there, you're like, who is this guy? Sometimes it's a power slap guy. It's not really a boxing or another high level caliber former champion type of guy.
hmm,
For example, the guys that Romero goes against, he just mauls them.
yeah,
And you're like, who is this guy? I don't know who it is, but his guy's ass B for
yeah,
for a vape and a case of beer. And the vape was out of battery, so
yeah. It's not charged.
uh, no, that's just that's their painkillers because they have no. I don't think they have medical, and they have a healthcare for them.
Gee, yeah.
The thing is, legacy built in your prime, or the thing in your ability to adapt after it. In the case, for example, this case of Arlovsky.
I mean, it seems like he built his legacy in his prime. I mean,
Hmm.
granted, it's not that he's not continuing to build off of it, um, but yeah, I would say probably it came from his prime, wouldn't you?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, he broke Tim Sylvia's arm. One of the
Yeah.
first guy to win by leg locks in the UFC. I think he was knee bar or something like that. He was
Oh,
out of,
interesting. I didn't realize that.
I think Achilles because it's come from the Sambo world. It's from
Yeah.
Belarus.
Yep.
Um, But he's one of those guys that he was really good. Then he left the UFC. I remember he was fighting in Affliction. I can't remember what other organization he was fighting in as well. During that time, he came back to UFC eventually.
Hmm.
Um, but he has been. I mean, he's been able to stay in the UFC for that long. It's for a reason. The next topic was Mike Perry getting jumped by Eddie Alvarez crew. I know you've seen the video. He
Mm-mm.
was at this event. Eddie Alvarez arrived there at the event. He went up to Mike Perry, and they were cool. Like they were shaking, hey, how's it going, man? Like, but Mike Perry looked like he has his hands full. He had a couple of drinks in him, and his black
Ah,
side was coming out, and say some out of pocket stuff to Eddie Alvarez about Eddie Alvarez's son, and Eddie Alvarez starting fighting him, and he's got Eddie Alvarez has a gym now that he coaches,
mm,
and his guys jump in and beat that shit out of Mike Perry.
dang. Dang. That's wild.
Do do you think now in this situation, do you think entourage escalate situations, like having an entourage in the event like that, like instigating, they like push each other like to be more aggressive and fighting somebody rather than just let things live off, like a pack mentality?
I would think yes. I don't know. I feel like if an argument is between two dudes, even if they're fighters, maybe a couple punches get thrown, but like that's probably all it's going to stay to. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
They usually going to walk away, maybe throw a couple punches, but they're not going to kill each other typically. But yeah, I mean, a group of people that are just jumping somebody. Yeah, I feel like it's kind of like a mob mentality a little bit.
yeah, because I see a couple events like the Khabib crew versus Nate Diaz crew.
Hmm.
Sometimes I think it was a Bellator event. They got kicked out of. Um, and then I can remember all the ones. Armin, he was trying to fight Bobby Green in the lobby.
Yep.
And I don't know, for some reason, it feels like having some sort of toxic environment in those groups in which you feel like you have a push into fighting somebody, and you don't want to look like a bitch in front of your friends because you're training with
Right.
them.
Right.
Like I feel like, but also it's not a good mentality to have it there.
Right.
If you hang around those kind of people, because you don't have anything to prove to them. You train with them all the time. You're really good.
Right. Yeah.
Um, Now in the business part, do you think it's selling a fight because they have fought each other before? I'm not fighting again if they're bare knuckle, or things just losing control of the situation itself.
I don't know. I mean, hmm, I. What are you thinking about it?
Yes, well, remember, there is a little bit of selling the fight because remember one of the owners of bare knuckle fight is Conor McGregor.
Mm, yeah.
One of his main thing, how they used to sell fights
Yeah.
and build up
Loves
fights, just
loves that.
throwing a dolly through a freaking window of a bus,
Hmm.
grabbing somebody's title belt from the and just taunting in front of his face,
Yeah.
slapping somebody's hand. That's one his way of he'll sell fights. In if there's some of the guys that work under him in the same organization, you think, hey, he did that. Might help us get us up on the totem pole within the organization if we do
Yeah.
the same MO. It feels that
Yeah.
way sometimes.
That's valid. I mean, I could definitely see that. I feel like that's been kind of a tactic for a lot of things. Even like I feel like even WWE's been doing that kind of thing for a long time. Just the rivalries in and
Yeah,
out of the ring.
yeah,
So that's true. I mean, and it does sell tickets. Everybody wants to see that. I mean,
yeah.
yeah,
Well, where's the
it's
thin
hard.
line that you where you draw the line of selling fights and losing control of the roster itself? Because you have to have control, order at a certain extent. Nobody can just be picking fights in a freaking Starbucks wherever they go.
Yeah,
Where's you like the bitch?
Yeah. Um, I feel like it's got to be certain characters, you know.
Yeah.
Certain people are just like that's kind of what they do. It already kind of fits their personality. Um, because yeah, you can't have everybody doing it. But
Hmm.
those few, I don't know, like those few loose cannons, you know, those kinds of people that you really don't know when they're gonna act up. I think it's good to have a few of those, or maybe just a couple. And you know, I yeah, I think a few is okay. I feel like the vast majority of people aren't easy to get to that point. You know what I mean? Easy to, um, and that's the thing too. I don't know if they're convincing these fighters to like, hey, maybe you should go talk trash to this guy.
Yeah.
But I
Kind of
think
like
it's like
Colby Covington,
right, yeah,
because
exactly,
he's like, when you see in person, he's not somebody, he's a normal person.
yeah,
Whenever he's on the mic or whenever he's promoting his stuff, he's really out of pocket and he's stopping shit. Hello, virgins. How's it going? All kinds of stuff
yeah,
he's talking about. Um, all these models that he got for his videos, his cheap suits, and the character he seems like he was encouraged to go that way, so he able to get more fights because he's about to get
hmm,
fired because he's too much of boring for decisions.
right,
So to a certain extent, it does make sense that they are encouraging fighters to push that way
hmm,
because that sells them tickets and bring them in more people
yeah.
see a fight.
Do you think that's promotions encouraging them, or them seeing good results from others who have already taken that path?
The monkey see, monkey do.
Yeah. 'Cause, I mean, really, that's the encouragement that a lot of people need is like it pays. Oh, okay.
Yeah. Wow, Conor McGregor is one of the biggest draw as far as pay-per-views.
Yeah.
But can they use, that's the thing, can they use the same mentality, a pay-per-view vibe, even though now they don't have pay-per-view sales anymore?
I don't know
As for
how
pay-per-view.
that plays in.
Hmm.
I'm curious. Yeah, I don't know how that will play out.
Yeah, because there's no pay, that's out of the equation now as far as the business
Right.
pay-per-view points. So, but the big cars, how do they quantify how much a fighter should get paid if they don't have pay-per-views anymore? Because what's the difference between a regular fight night and a main card kind of
Hmm.
fight that do like a number fight?
I feel like it might not be ticket sales, but I'm sure they can track views,
Mm-hmm. The
and I'm
streaming
sure
wise,
that will play in. Yeah, because I
yeah,
mean, that's what UFC wants. I mean, views mean money coming in, so I feel like that's probably what they'll look at more than since they can't look at ticket sales. It's just with the
yeah,
views.
and it's more accessible now. More people are able to watch it now.
Exactly. Yeah.
It's not as pricey.
Right. I
And which
mean,
do you
like
think?
so much less pricey. I mean, yeah.
Do you think they put a herring on Buffalo Wild Wings in those kind of places?
Probably some of them. Probably so. But the one that was close to my old apartment, they didn't show the fights anymore.
Yeah,
Which,
because the fucking asshole threw the beer.
yeah, yeah. Which to me says that they probably weren't getting that much business for it. Because if
Hmm.
they were getting a lot for the UFC, I think they would have kept putting it on, even if it was a little rowdy.
Yeah, yeah,
Um,
that makes it. But also, they were increasing the price too in pay-per-views.
yeah, true.
Do
Yeah,
you
that's
know?
all.
Do you know how much they pay for places like that?
Isn't it like 1,500 or something like that? It was a lot.
Yeah, to show the big crowd of
Yeah,
people, you have to pay. Did you don't pay the regular pay-per-view price?
yeah.
You pay a crazy amount just to show the bigger gathering, or like
Hmm.
it's basically you're buying the rights of the event as though you're showing it in a movie theater.
Yep.
That's what it was like.
That's crazy. I mean, yeah. I wonder how it works now for restaurants.
They it's just streaming.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they
Oh,
have access. Because I went to a Buffalo Wild Wings, I think last weekend, and they had that cards like different fights for UFC Fight Night. They have UFC um, main cards that they have
wow.
coming up, and they have still have that schedule in there for the next. I think the first 3 months at least, January, February, and March. They had it in there in Buffalo Wild Wings.
That's really cool. Huh.
Hmm. Yeah, because I know you've seen that a lot of businesses are complaining because people nowadays they don't buy as much alcohol anymore. Alcohol sales are going down.
I have heard that. I have heard that.
And being a bar, and you wanna bring in people as much as you can, however you want to.
Right.
You sell
That's
drugs
true.
in the fucking bathroom if you want to, but try to bring some
Yeah.
alcohol in.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. That's I mean, I feel like we've talked about it before. The times that I went to like Buffalo Wild Wings or whatever to save money on a pay-per-view, I for sure spent just as much, if not more, on food and drinks from
Yeah,
Buffalo Wild Wings. So
yeah,
uh, that using that to bring people in is for sure bringing them lots of money.
yeah. But at least it's experience too. Sometimes some things you
It
have to
is.
spend the money.
It is. Yeah.
It's some of the places that, like, yeah, we went over like for example the one that we went to, it was fun. Like some of the people that were there were like, dude, what the fuck
Yeah.
over
Yeah.
there? God, like was I think was he mad at the Dustin Poirier versus Michael Chandler fight? That is that the one that he flipped out on? Because this is before the main event. That's supposed to be Easy versus Alex Pereira in Madison Square Garden. That car.
Hmm.
I can't remember if it was that one that he got pissed and he just threw the glass against the wall and just stormed out of that place.
I that wasn't an Israel Adesanya fight, was it?
Yeah, it was the first one. It was Madison Square Garden versus Alex Pereira.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
Gee.
It's like really he getting mad. I guess he that was his parlay was going to shit
Yeah.
what he was betting on.
uh,
Well, um, going back to here to Mike Perry and Eddie Alvarez. You see, there's a difference of between martial artist discipline and a fighter's ego because both. I'm not for sure. Mike Perry has that fighter ego, and when he gets that liquid courage, he actually takes into the exponent to the next level.
hmm. Is there a difference between a martial artist's
Discipline,
discipline
yeah, with a
and
fighter's ego because you have to have confidence as a fighter. You need to perform well, but there's a line between ego and confidence to perform,
right? I see what
especially
you're saying.
especially somebody in your weight class, in your same bracket.
I think they do tie in pretty closely. I mean, you got to rein it in for sure, but it also kind of depends on the person, I would say, because some people display confidence in like an outward kind of way, but then I don't know. I picture like Jose Aldo.
Hmm.
He seems pretty calm, pretty relaxed, but I mean, he won some very big fights. I mean, so he's got the confidence. Uh,
Fedor Emelianenko destroyed
yeah,
everybody when he was in prime. He
hmm
said nothing.
yeah. So yeah, I clearly it's not like 100%. It's not the same thing. Uh, that ego and that discipline, but hmm, I don't know.
Mhm.
So they also get I don't know. Some people like Mike Perry, I feel like just been hit in the head so many times. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
They really, it's
he's a,
crazy
he's a
when
ticking
you
time bomb.
see exactly. Yeah, yeah. I feel like when you see a lot of people that have been hit in the head a lot of the time, quite often they are. just uh, how do I say it? Ticking time bomb, I guess.
Mhm,
Just like you said. I mean, you can tell there's not wouldn't take much to set them off.
mhm. Do you think that's physiological way in which, because the main damage whenever you have CTE is your frontal cortex, in which the decision making fire or
Mm,
flight part of your brain, and that gets affected. Anything you trigger just make you lose control. And we should
mm,
see that in football players. That happens sometimes.
yep.
They make some terrible decisions in other contact sport. Do you think that has to do? I don't want to chalk it all everything to CTE, but it seems that Mike Perry. I mean, he lost. Did he get knocked out by Jake Paul?
Did he really? Oh, he might. Yeah.
Yeah, he was one of those guys that he was supposed to. Was that the one when Mike Tyson was supposed to fight Jake Paul and Mike Perry step in? I think he got knocked out by Jake Paul.
Yeah.
So
That. Yeah. I don't know. That one was. Yeah. That's a crazy one because
mhm.
I don't see him losing to Jake Paul. I have a really hard time seeing that because
Also, he's bigger too. Jake Paul is bigger.
is he?
He's 215, something like that. He's over 200 pounds.
Oh,
Mike
okay.
Perry's like 185.
Okay. Still, I don't know. I just picture Jake Paul being, he's so soft. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Compared to Mike Perry,
yeah,
dude, that guy can
savage.
take a beating. Yeah.
Yeah, he's still coming like a crackhead.
Yeah.
Even a bit, he's
Yeah.
still coming
Yeah,
back at you.
exactly. Yeah.
Um, who do you think in this case? Who do you think is responsible on the side of Alvarez, the fighter or the crew of things getting out of control like that?
Do it. Who's responsible?
Yeah.
In that case, I would say the crew. Because I feel like as the crew, you gotta like peel him off people. You know what I mean? You kind
Hmm.
of gotta watch out for him.
Yeah.
Um,
Because if he gets hurt, breaks his hand, he's out of competition
right.
for a while,
Right.
especially bare knuckle. That's
So,
something I used to remember. Just came up with these athletes in bare knuckle. In other events, you wanna go against a jiu-jitsu guy, you have to put a gi on to go against him. If you go MMA, you have to put some gloves on. Kickboxing, you have to put gloves. If you have pads, you have to put them on. In bare knuckle fighting, it's bare knuckle. You can just go anywhere, anytime,
hmm
and just practice in your own sport, the same sport that you're competing in.
yep. Yeah.
So I think that's not much of a layer that they have to prepare to against each other. Not warming up, just like just bare knuckle, fist to cuff
Right.
against each other
Yeah.
anytime. That was another thing that I just came up that I was thinking about because they can just go anywhere and they don't have to. In basketball, you need a basketball ball or in a goal to play, but in this sport, you don't. You just
Yeah.
sucker punch anybody.
This is it. Yeah.
Not much prepared. You just can just go anywhere.
And get your practice and your training anytime.
Yeah. In the traffic, just piss somebody off. Just go out there, do 'em. Just show your credentials. Say, trust me, I'm a bare knuckle fighter. Okay. um,
uh,
in the philosophical angle, if you're a leader, your circle reflects you. Do you agree with that?
if you're a leader, your circle reflects you. As in, the leader kind of like chooses his circle.
No,
So
as
I feel
far
like,
as the behavior, because he's one of the coaches. He has on.
mm,
I think he brought DC to one. He have a clinic there, his gym. And how the people come in there because just to give you an example of leader, look at Robbie Lawler. He's a pretty calm guy.
right.
He have high confidence. I don't see him getting into a fight with somebody in public
Mm,
and like, or he even in like his own gym when one of his guys got knocked out during practice, he separated. They're like, hey man, like just take a walk, man. Just take a lap to cool down for a little bit.
yeah.
Um, but if you have a mentality of a as a leader, just go aggressive and just because After this happened, they were asking Eddie Alvarez what happened, and he said that he felt uh he felt what you call disrespected by Mike Perry, and Mike Perry said that he was out of pocket. He said something about his son, and then when asking about his crew, what they jumping, and he says it's like a family mentality. One of the guys is jumping. He said if one of my guys is fighting and the other guy's just watching, getting his ass beat, and then jumping, trying to fight it too, I'm gonna be buying out other guys for watching. That's what he said. And he said he doesn't have anything to apologize for the behavior of the other guys for jumping in there. He just felt bad that Mike Perry fell down and they should stomp him. But other than that, he said he don't want to apologize for the other guys because he said they're our family, which I don't know.
I mean, I get that. Like, I don't know. I feel like it is somewhat situational, but again, I feel like it falls into that mob mentality,
Mhm.
very quickly.
Especially if
Um,
it's against just one guy.
that's exactly. If it was another team coming out, like for sure. I mean, you're not going to split that up, but a
Yeah,
whole group of guys can split up two guys for sure.
yeah,
It doesn't matter how much better those two guys are at fighting.
yeah,
A group of guys can do it.
yeah,
So I don't know. Even if it's a head coach, I feel like that's yeah, it shouldn't be happening.
yeah. Your
So
head coach should be fighting people like that. Anyways,
right, right. So
you,
yeah, definitely. The team does reflect the coach. There's no doubt there.
yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
it's
Do you
kind of
think?
a
Do
go
you
for
think
it.
if you can control the room, you can control the brand?
Control the room, like as in you're like
Your
leading
team,
the room a little bit. Yeah,
yeah. Because if you have that mentality, that doesn't just stop there. You have kind of like giving blood to a pit bull to taste, and then you have that taste for it.
yeah,
And then just like, oh, you just go aggressive one another within the gym, and then
mm,
when one guys get ahead, you told him to behave that way.
right.
You can get mad at them, pulling them back, like, hey, don't do this. You positively reinforce that behavior.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, yeah, I wouldn't say it's obviously you can't say out 100%, but yes, I think in general the attitude, the mentality going into situations like that probably does come from the coach.
Yeah, yeah. You have to control yourself to be able to control or somebody else,
Right,
because you can ask the same principle on other people and you don't practice. You like practice what you preach kind of scenario,
right.
especially if they keep becoming professional athletes.
Hmm.
Now, with that being said, do you hear about the bare knuckle Bruce Cruz?
No.
Okay, this is freaking nuts. Your boy Conor McGregor announcing on his page. Let me see if I can share it. Um uh, it is a cruise the the bare knuckle fighting is doing. It's a 3 day cruise,
What the hell?
and the fans they're gonna be in there in the. Hold on, here you go.
What?
How much of a
Sausage
nightmare is that?
fest. Dude. Yeah, no, I don't even want to be involved with that. Golly.
How crazy is that? A nightmare. You saw what happened with Mike Perry and his crew.
Yeah.
Imagine having 5,000 men in one freaking boat for 3 days.
Oh, I don't want to imagine that.
Yeah. You have been to how, well, nowadays it's not as tense, But UFC events that you go to, you see like you see from a fan's perspective now the people that are more embraces the fans of this sport. But back in the day, people were just freaking aggressive.
Right. Yeah, I'm honestly I picture that being like the military, but with no discipline.
Yeah, the
That
opposite.
cruise ship.
No control.
Yeah.
No self
Yeah.
control.
Just all aggression.
Yeah. I can see other promotions doing something like that because it's a perfect like a fat promotion like means a vacation package at the same
Mm,
time, and you have I feel bad for the athletes because they're freaking stuck in there with this
right.
crazy motherfuckers for 3 days.
Yeah.
But it paper sounds like a good promotion for your
Right.
fans because they go on vacation with their athletes that they look up to.
Hmm.
Um,
I mean, I know there's jiu-jitsu cruises, but to me that's a bit more relaxed. And it's also
yeah,
not exclusively guys.
yeah, yeah. I think I can't remember who is the cruise line that's doing hosting it because
Probably never heard of them before.
Norwegian, I think that's what it was because Conor McGregor Norwegian.
Really?
Yeah,
That's funny.
Bruce Cruz. Oh my god, sounds so cringy, man.
It does. Connor loves that cringy stuff. It's crazy to me. Like Roadhouse.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. He
Uh,
loves it. Drinks that in.
he's still a character to this day.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, he never stopped.
He's sailing from Miami to Bahamas,
Wow.
January 22nd to 25th, 2027. Yes, Norwegian cruise is the. Oh, I feel bad for that for cruise
I
line.
know. I know. If I was the captain, I'd be like, I'm just gonna sleep in the main thing. I'm
Yeah,
not going
that
to a room.
dude. There's no freaking captain's dinner in that freaking cruise at all.
No.
It's
No,
just a bunch of guys show up with tuxedos with no sleeves. That's what I see in there. Or just freaking lumberjack shirts, no sleeve
yeah.
either. Or actually, the main uniform is freaking wife beaters.
Yeah. The whole crew. All of them.
Oh man, you get a wife beater with BKFC written on a sharpie with a sharpie. That's their merchandise. The merch for the cruise.
Uh,
Bruce Cruise 2027. Because I mean, other than you said they have BJJ camps, immersion camps, that they do. I think, for example, Origin has their own
mm,
during the summer. You have Fighting Expos for the UFC. They have International Fight Week during that first week of July thing. You have other the influencer fight events in which, for example, Jake Paul. But this would be good if it was um, another kind of organization hosting it, because this dude, there's not gonna be no water in that front. It's just beer and monster drinks
yeah.
in there. Oh, actually, no, it's Prime. That's what we're drinking. Not even Red Bull or
That's right.
Monster. It's just gonna be Prime in beer.
That's right.
Oh, and also proper 12. Don't forget.
yeah. You get punched if you refuse a shot.
Oh yeah. Back on the market at the bar. The older you are, the better.
Yeah, exactly.
Dude, because that's to try to make up their their sales numbers in the
Hmm.
beginning of the year next year. Proper 12.
yeah.
Do you think is the future of community-based fan experience doing that kind of events like a
Well,
cruise? Is this like a community-based fight experience? Because it sounds like great if it was some another organization doing not like was a PFL. They have
mm,
only backing for it, be able to host something like that.
mhm. I mean, I feel like it's gonna stick around. I don't know that it'll be a huge thing. I just don't see many people except, yeah, I don't know. I don't see many people going for that. They do
Mhm.
do the like the grapplers escape.
Yeah.
That's like the jiu-jitsu cruise. Like they actually have I think Keenan Cornelius has been on there. Um I want to say Mackenzie Dern was. I'm not
Hmm.
100% on that one. Um but that to me is a lot more like personable. You know, you can grapple with somebody and not hurt them. So
Yeah.
you could potentially meet some really, high level jiu-jitsu practitioners, really famous people.
Mhm.
You could also take the whole family.
Yeah.
Uh, you
That's the
know,
fun there.
I don't know that I see it as like the future of anything, but I think it'll be around because that sort of thing does interest people.
Hear me out. CJI 3 in the cruise.
Dude,
Craig
dude,
Jones.
yeah, he could sell out that ship.
Oh yeah, he can.
That would actually be really cool. You
Hmm.
stream it off the ship.
Yeah,
Dang.
having that match on the deck.
Yeah. That would be really cool. You got to
Yeah,
send him this.
yeah. Let me get it right now. So I can text him a little bit. But yeah, that'll be good because the last two have been Vegas,
Hmm.
and this is a ADCC year, right?
Yep. Yep. I wonder if they'll match up again.
I'm not sure because this year, I mean, last year they did it earlier because it
Hmm.
was in September. And they did it in August last year
Yeah.
because
I hope
ADCC
they
in
don't.
September.
Yeah. I hope they don't do that because as much trash as people talk about ADCC during that whole thing, I do like to watch it. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And that weekend was like there was so much going on; it was hard to watch everything.
yeah,
So
yeah. It
it's
was.
fun to have it a little bit spaced out.
Yeah, it takes the whole day and night because it was
Yeah.
freaking late as hell.
Hmm.
The first night of CGI.
Yeah. Yeah. That's the thing. I even went to bed before it was done. I know.
Yeah, it feels like 2 in the morning over here
Hmm.
when the matches are going. Because I watched the next. I had to work the next day, but I was watching the next morning
Yeah.
that matches because I was able to stay up.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, yeah, and yeah. Of course, ADCC is the Olympics of no gi. And
Hmm.
even though some of the guys that were big, they were in CJI, except for Jay, right?
Except for who?
Jay Rod.
Yep. Yeah.
He was at ADCC competing. Um, but all the guys that high level they want to be in the Olympics of jiu-jitsu, they're competing. So you want to watch it too, even though they don't
Right.
get paid
Yeah.
as much.
Exactly.
You want to see him compete
Yep.
just to see high level competition.
I mean that one. It is kind of strange. I like they clearly ADCC did a very good job promoting it because yeah, they're not paying a lot, but there's a massive prestige thing with it,
Hmm.
which is pretty impressive marketing if you think about it. You know.
Hmm. The event itself, by itself.
Hmm. That when the fighters are fighting more for the prestige than the money, even
Hmm. Now
that
I can see ADCC doing a cruise
true. Yeah, they
because
very easily.
they Saudi money. They always talk about having boxing. They, for example, I think it was Tyson Fury versus Anthony Joshua. They were trying to do it on a cruise.
Okay.
So I mean, ADCC does make sense.
Yeah, that would be really cool. Somebody needs to do that.
Hmm.
I wonder how much it
Um,
costs to rent a cruise ship.
yeah, it will probably sell itself because the fans they're paying to go in.
I would imagine, yeah.
Or one of the super yacht doing the helipad.
Yeah.
Oh, here comes the president of the ADCC. Move, guys, move! He's landing. Everybody shrimping out of the way. On boat scooting. Oh,
Oh my gosh. Renting. Oh, Well, it varies a lot, as you can imagine.
Yeah.
The first pop up from the AI overview is between 300,000 and over 6 million
Oof.
for a 3 to 4 night sailing to rent out an entire cruise ship. Really? I
Uh,
mean, if you got a low end, 300,000 would be easy
yeah.
for.
But that I think the other part there's so much is because of the crew. Because you can just
Yeah.
rent a
Yeah,
cruise and
true.
have some asshole sing that shit. And trust me, I got it, man.
True.
I got it. You have to have a crew that you have to pay for.
Yeah.
Cleaning crew, you have all the staff they have to pay for as well
Yep.
to work in there. The engineers working because they be burning, burning all the engines.
Yeah.
You have to have all the staff to be able to run, which does make sense. You pay for what you and also you have to include food, alcohol. Which most cruise they are included
Yeah.
in the package whenever you buy them.
Yeah.
So it does make sense the higher end because if you are able to pay what's it we said 3 million
300,000 to 6 million.
6 million. I mean 6 million sounds like something my girl will be able to pay
Hmm.
and upsell the tickets for the
True.
fans to go in there.
Hmm. Thing is, I don't know how many cruise ships have like a stadium on there, so I don't know how many people could watch on the cruise ship.
On the deck. Some decks they have two rows,
Yeah.
so they can watch the middle. Because they have like the dancing area where people dance. They can just set up the
True.
mats there,
Yeah.
set up a ring there,
Hmm.
or the mats, which depends the event that you're doing.
Yeah.
If people watch from the side, you have chairs like you do Toro.
Yeah.
It is like a courtyard. It depends how many levels you have.
Yeah. That would be so sick.
Yeah, maybe like a scene of Street Fighter, the video game.
Yeah.
There's Ryuken. There's just people just like shouting like that on the side. Or the Komate. Do you watch Bloodsport?
No, I never did.
Dude, that's like it's like that forbidden tournament that you go into the woods. It's nuts. It's like about people that are going over there. As
Fight to the death.
they used to do over there. The a lot of people, there are people used to have a lot of bullshit stories about that shit.
Yeah.
They used like, yo, I used to my hands are raised. They're my hands are raised. They're lethal. You know how many shit you used to hear back in before internet.
Right.
People used to say shit like that all the time.
Right.
Like, bro, you can't even tie your shoes without falling. Raised are stupid. That's what it is. Though, speaking of CGI, I saw that I don't know if it's true or not. For the super match of next CGI 3, is they're going to be Craig Jonesy versus Dylan Dennis. Craig Jones, a leg grappler, a strategic promoter, disruptor mentality. He has a psychology to disrupt mentality. Another guy has a big personality is Dylan Dennis, but he has a long line from elite grappling. I can't remember last time he competing and know how to generate attention.
Hmm.
That mouth of his.
Yeah. Not much like it.
No. I mean, you have to have a terrible mouth so bad that even Marcelo Garcia kicked you out of his own gym.
Right? Yeah, that's definitely next level.
A likable guy like Marcelo Garcia kick you out of his gym.
Yeah. That, I mean, golly.
Do you think this is competitive or entertainment?
I think it's entertainment.
Because Craig Jones, even though he shoots the shit, he always thinking around and stuff like he's always training.
Right.
Hey,
That-
number one seller in BJ Fanatics for a reason. Instruction.
Yeah. Yeah.
Number one. And he has a number one hater that's still promoting him without him knowing.
It's so funny. Oh my gosh. It cracks me up when I see Gordon posting about how bad John Jones's videos are. I'm like, dude, what? make sure you don't do it this way. Like it clearly doesn't work, but it clearly does. I mean,
Oh yeah. The proof is in the pudding. And the crazy is thing is Craig Jones is such a genius that uses um the Gordon Ryan's autism against him. Make
yeah,
him go to around on how to like
yeah.
break stuff down.
Oh my gosh.
The Craig Jones genius is what you go infinite.
Uh,
Do you
dude,
think that grappling needs this kind of personality to grow?
it certainly helps.
Hmm.
There's no doubt that it helps because he's grown it a lot. Um,
How many views he had in the first CGI
mhm,
itself? And he was competing against ADCC at the same time.
right. That's crazy to think about.
Yeah, because it's a small market. Not a lot of people watch grappling or jiu-jitsu.
Right.
And for them to have that many views to a brand new event, they're
Hmm.
going against the Olympics of Nogi Jiu-Jitsu.
Hmm.
It's able to have that pull in marketing.
Yeah. I I'm trying to think of anybody that's been as like good at promoting, good at entertaining as Craig Jones. I really don't know.
I can
I
think
can't
of
think of
anybody
anybody
better.
even remotely like him actually. Um,
And he put in the time
yeah.
to goes to freaking Ukraine to get money for CGI.
Hmm.
He almost get blown up or get shot at for digging around shooting bazookas at a freaking car and get the military
Yeah.
calling him. Almost got an airstrike landing on him for that shit. Hey, for the fans, man. Do it for the
Yeah.
gram. And you know, it was a terrible idea whenever the guy that he went there for was one of the heads of a local, I guess like a warlord. And whenever it was time to go the tour, he sent somebody else instead of himself to show him the area. You know the head.
Oh fuck.
You're like, oh, that's not good. I'm definitely dying.
He doesn't trust this. Hmm.
I don't think it's a good idea to go. And that's part of his fundraiser that he did for CGI.
Yeah.
Allegedly. Allegedly.
Allegedly.
Yeah. But yeah, I can't his personality and he's nonstop working his brand in which is out of pocket sometimes and man, it works.
Yeah. It really does. It that's kind of the thing too. Is like he's untouchable. You know what I mean? Because you can't say anything that's going to insult him. He makes fun of himself all the time.
Yeah.
So
And
yeah.
yeah. That's why I piss off Gordon all the time.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Craig Jones doesn't take himself seriously, but Gordon tries to take everything seriously. That's why
Full
it's
circle
so
against
easy
himself.
to insult him and so hard for him to insult Craig.
Do you think
Oh,
that's what happened when you have a fragile ego that's easy to insult?
yeah. I
Somebody
mean,
like
that sure that plays. Yeah, I'm sure that's a big part of it.
because you have a good control in a certain aspect as far as grappling, but you have a fragile ego personality in which you like things like to an nth degree when you're like,
Right,
oh no, I'm gonna
right.
show the whole world how terrible you are in my realm of jujitsu.
Oh my god. Yeah. Well, yeah. Y-
Do you think that we are entering into like a WWE marketing era of BJJ? For example, for like this type of match, Craig Jones versus Dylan Dennis. Consider Dylan Dennis has like been competing for a while.
I guess I don't know enough about WWE to really make that comparison. To be honest.
Mhm.
Um.
Be- Because they're it's just like they're competing. Like he brought Shelton and just had that win for
Mhm.
competing. He was trying to bring Gable Stevenson in which he didn't have much grappling experience. He backed out of it.
Mhm.
And now you have Dylan Dennis, a guy that was really good at grappling. He had a feud with Gordon Ryan. What was I saying? The enemy of my enemy is my friend. And now they're going against each other competing. Um, it'll be wild. I'm just saying, it'll be wild if Dylan Dennis coach is Gordon Ryan to go against Craig Jones and CGI 3.
That would, yeah, that'd be pretty funny.
That how much he hate Craig Jones. That he would. That's how much I hate that he will have to versus Craig Jones.
Yeah.
Do you think CGI is challenging ADCC structure if they go against each other this year again?
Oh, for
Considering they
sure.
have because
Yeah.
considering they have bigger paydays for grapplers
Hmm.
and changing economics of jiu-jitsu grappling.
Yeah. I mean, no, I mean, I feel like that was really like the foundation of it. The first one
Mm-hmm.
was challenging ADCC structure.
Yeah, because the champion
Paying
get $10,000, and just for you showing up, you get $10,001,
and $1. Yeah.
and the winner of the whole event get $1 million.
Yep.
$1 million man.
So, yeah, I mean, yeah, that was definitely the objective there. And I mean, I haven't seen. That's the thing. I mean, I don't know if there's enough money in most of BJJ to support that with many other competitions. Unfortunately, you know what I mean? Because
Mhm.
I don't think I've really seen many changes as far as athlete pay in jiu-jitsu.
Have you ever heard of Premier Grappling something league?
Hmm.
Have you heard of them?
Yeah.
Yeah, they have been going for a while, but they haven't been as doesn't seem to be as big. They have free matches on YouTube, but I haven't seen them get as big as CJI. Considering they've
No.
been doing for a while, I want to say 6 years at least they have been doing it,
Mhm.
but I haven't seen them get that big as CGI.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's pay wise for the athletes or not.
It's gotta. I mean, I feel like that's why the first CGI went so well was the pay. I mean, so many good fighters left
Hmm.
ADCC for that good pay because they actually had a chance of getting it.
And they have rule sets different. Remember rounds?
Yeah, true.
That was different 10-9 rounds.
Hmm.
And the pin. That's
And
not
the pit was the pit was great.
game
Such a
changer.
good, yeah, such a good idea.
Hmm.
Um,
So I'm not sure is that's why other organizations not doing as well because yeah, they have a whole season for them. The other event, the Premier, I can't remember what it's called, Premier Grappling League or something like that. That's what it's called.
something, yeah, something like that.
Um, but I haven't seen them get as big because it'll be good to follow like that because
Right.
they have different weight class. Does Bagel work for them?
Not that I know of.
I've seen him like work for some events. Like he works at Tuxedo and he like announcer or like an interviewer or something because
Okay.
they have the commentators they're sitting on the couches like when they do
Mm,
hosting the event. Do you see? Do you see? Didn't I just found out recently why they call him Bagels?
really?
Yeah,
Why?
because when he first started, they asking is that your real name? Like, no, it's not his real name. When he first started doing jujitsu, he used to work at the bagel shop, and his name was Bagel.
That's funny. And it
Yeah,
stuck.
yeah, that's funny. When somebody like, "What's your name?" Bagel. This he said the story, and go to the next like, "What's your name?" Dildo. Don't ask me how I got my name. Oh, he used to work at the sex shop. Well,
Uh,
do you think CGI is this a good? Well, now we're looking at third year in a row. Is it good for the sport long term or risky for the especially funding part for the event?
what do you mean? What do you mean?
That the pay of considering CGI because CGI is the only event that does that kind of pay.
Yeah.
This is good for the sport as long term that you be able to it's feasible to be long term to keep up this kind of event, or you think it's risky considering the comparison between the 2 years. First year was high octane. Second year was the quintet, and like you doesn't see much action that you have to
Yeah.
enforce. They give bonus for the second day if you get submissions. I can't remember what was the I was 10,000 the award for submission. So a
I can't
thousand. I
remember
can't
if it,
remember
yeah,
what it was,
I
but
thought it was 1,000 or something, but
yeah. So they incentivizes fighters to be more aggressive, and then you had the $1 million for the team, in which at the end they're like, which one won it, which one didn't win it. What's it?
yeah, that was pretty controversial.
New Wave versus B Team, because the first they were going to give the second place another $1 million too,
Mhm.
but then they pull back. They say like, no, they don't think that's necessary. We're not giving participation. Just we are not giving participation trophies in this event. So it's different. There
Did
was
they
different.
did they pull
Uh,
that back or did they give it to him? I thought they
no,
gave
they,
it
they
to him.
pulled that back because Craig Jones made another video about. He explained he went with another with a referee. I don't remember if it was a referee or another like person that was official. They go match by match and explaining how they were deciding which team was more aggressive
Mhm.
and how the B team was should be awarded the winner.
Hmm. Yeah, I mean, I feel like long term, long term, it's got to be good for jujitsu because it
Hmm.
gives a lot of people hope of making money actually
Hmm.
grappling.
Yeah.
So it definitely incentivizes, training.
Uh-huh.
There's a
But
chance.
as in the business part, how feasible do you think it is?
How feasible?
Yeah, because you give away that much money, you streaming it for free on YouTube,
Hmm.
but I don't know how much Flow Grappling is paying them, because remember you only show up for live on YouTube. They keep it for so many hours on YouTube and then pull it back, and Flow Grappling owns the rights for it. And then
Mm,
you have the tickets for people going in there. I don't know if it's a whole 2 day package or is it just one full ticket for both days event.
right.
Um, I'm not sure how they're making the money back, because that's a lot of money
Hmm.
that you're giving away.
It's hard to say. I mean, sponsors, they got to make a lot of sponsors because I know they do have those. Um, yeah, it's hard to say. I mean, I don't know. I don't know if um, the main sponsors, the what is it, the combat karate combat,
Hmm.
is the main like. Um, I don't know if they just got money to dump. I really don't know how
Yeah, they
they
have
do
to
it.
be really big fans for them to dump that much money
Right.
for an event like that.
Yeah.
Maybe your girl Kendall was complaining about how the second team was able to get $1 million, but girls were not able to get a race for the champion of the event.
Yeah.
Um, but you want to not enforce, but you want to encourage high level athletes to keep coming back, even though they lost. It was a close decision. Dana
Mm,
White used to do that in the Ultimate Fighter. If he thought that the fighter that lost the final, he gave his best and they made the match a good fight, he would give a contract to both of them.
yeah. Yeah.
But I think can apply in BGA for this kind of event to incentivize high level athletes to keep competing and coming back to the organization, because they make matches. You want to give them a bad taste in their mouth.
Yeah.
Um, you don't want to come back and compete again. Now, another speaking competition this past week, they had the Zagreb ranking series in Croatian. America did pretty decent. Now, to explain what this is, Zagreb ranking series is one of the hosting nations in which they have events for ranking for worlds. So kind of like IBJJF, if you go to a open in Charleston, another one in Atlanta, Charlotte, the more you win those, the higher the ranking will be when it comes to worlds. What's interesting is the United States sends a lot of guys in there, but only one guy makes the team
Hmm.
when it comes to worlds. Because not everybody you had only have one guy representing your country. Um In United States, they did pretty good. For example, Spencer Lee, 57 kilos, he won gold. 61 kilos, Spencer Lee's teammate James, Austin DeSantos, he won gold as well. So out of the Iowa Hawkeye. You have 65 kilos. India, they're that weight class. They're pretty solid. But you have Joey McKenna. He took bronze in there for the United States. He beat for bronze. He beat French Arsen Mersov, which doesn't sound like a French name, if you ask me. First name is
Funny.
Hamzat.
Yeah.
How French does that sound? Hey, for $5, sing the national anthem of France. See how
Yeah.
French you really are. Then you have other ones. Caleb Henson from Virginia Tech, he won bronze at 70 kilos, 74 kilos. David Carr, he won for the United States. Um, and you have 79 kilos. United States second place for Dean Hamney. He won nationals last year with Oklahoma State. 86 kilos. Parker Kakashi, he was impressive because he's in the weight class. Um, that is a Olympic weight class. The guy that won worlds last year, Sahih Valencia, he took bronze also for the within the United States.
Hmm.
Um, who did he lose to? So let's against the guys from Georgia. Women to finals. Doing Parker Kakashi. Parker Kakashi is pretty decent. It's a small school, University of Northern Iowa. Trained highly, won worlds last year. He took second in here, but it was due to injury default. He didn't compete in the finals against Asimi. Another impressive performance was Stephen Buchanan out of Iowa. Well, against Yazdani, he won gold in Rio 2014. He took second place in 2020 against David Taylor. He took second place in 2024 Olympics. And because due to bad shoulders, he took some time off and he came back a higher weight class. And he went against he beat everybody but to make it to the finals. But went against Steve Buchanan. Steve Buchanan tech fall just down 13-3 in the final, which is pretty impressive. Consider somebody as good as Yastani. And then in the heavyweights, Wyatt Henderson, he took second place against Sharapov in the finals. So the United States did pretty good in this event. And I wish they keep that going to worlds. And then the wrestling culture itself is discipline, grind mentality, and accountability. Considering it's not a sport that gets much notoriety. Um, and this is why wrestlers are able to transition well into MMA and grappling. I've never seen the video of Wolverine and Deadpool whenever they're walking in the pastures, and then like Deadpool jumps on Wolverine's back, and Wolverine just shake him off like, "Get off me!" It's like whenever you convince your wrestler friend to do jujitsu,
Yeah.
like stand up for you, just like, "Fuck yeah, here we go." Do you think wrestling is still the most dominant base in grappling wise?
I would think, yeah.
Because not just the takedown part, but also the mentality, the grind, and discipline within the
Right.
sport,
Yeah, no, 100%.
and the pace.
Yeah. Yeah, running that pace to get to good positions, I mean, that's really the most of it, you know what I mean? The submissions and things, that jiu-jitsu leads to, they're good, but they're kind of secondary almost.
Yeah, because I noticed a difference between when I do the transition wrestling and jiu-jitsu. In jiu-jitsu, you believe in the flow to find for openings with your guy. In wrestling, you're trying to stay ahead, and don't let don't let down, like don't let go of you in a good position.
Hmm.
In grappling, you're willing to go to your back, or sometimes you give up your back to get out of a bad position for a submission. If you have arm, somebody have your arm, but you just give up your back, so you don't they won't be able to finish
Right.
that boss. You're in a bad position as well, so you have to find a way to get out of there, get a sweep of some sort against somebody. That's something I noticed between the two sports themselves. You're not willing to give up a good position
Hmm.
for a finish.
Hmm.
Um, Now, speaking of wrestling, Penn State, Ohio State this weekend, we have a lot of matches um, for high ranking. Uh, Let me look up the because I think 125 is it 125? Let me look it up. It's the name. So which guys do you have as far as ranking? I mean, 174 you have Levi Haynes, which is a number one in the country. Um, I can't get it right now. Um, yeah, Mitch Messenberg. I don't think he has a um tough opponent because Messenberg is two-time finalist. He only has one loss. His all um his whole career, and that's national finals. His freshman year against a guy that doesn't wrestle anymore in college.
Hmm.
So he owns that field. So we have 174 Levi Haynes number one versus Carson Kark Karshla. He's Russian. He wrestled for Ohio State.
Hmm.
Levi Haynes. He's two-time finalist, and he's a three-time All-American. Freshman year, he lost the finals against Austin O'Connor. The year after that, he won it. I can't remember who he won against. And then last year, he lost in the semis against Dean Hamilton for third place.
Hmm.
Then you have another one is Luke Little Hall, number one at 125, which is considered Penn State curse weight class. They haven't been able to win that. They have won nationals in all of the weight classes except for 125. That's the only one they haven't been able to win nationals. But they had number one Luke Little Hall from Penn State versus Nick Busakis. Um, he likes, and then you have Marcus Blaze, number four for Penn State versus Ben Davino, Ohio State. He likes to cradle everybody. Penn. And he
Hmm.
has done it to high level guys. Nick Feldman, number three, versus Cole Mirasola. I think he's 12 now. He's not number eight anymore. A heavyweight. Um, yeah, PJ Duke, number four. He's the one that pinned four-time national champion out of college. While PJ Duke was still in high school as a senior to make the world team.
That's
Disrespectful.
crazy. Yeah,
Disrespectful.
for real.
He's number four versus Brandon Cannon at Ohio State. High pace guy. Another one that I'm looking forward to is Rocco Welch at 184 versus Dylan Fishback. Rocco Welch wrestled for Ohio State and he transferred to Penn State after he took an injury, medical pressure. And Dylan Fishback used to wrestle for NC State for 2 years and he transferred to Ohio State.
Hmm.
So it'd be interesting how those two they go against each other. Um, Fishback he just won a close decision against Arnold last week, so it'll be it'll be interesting how they go against each other in this match.
Hmm.
and and we'll see how much dominant Penn State is because dominant they have been the culture, the recruiting, and the culture philosophy has been top notch as a team. The formula for success is all those things together. Um, can dominance sustain long term? They have the record right now for the most wins by a most duels win. I think it's 90 at something like that.
Wow.
So they haven't lost since 2021. I think the last time they lost. This not
Wow.
2020 or
That
2021
that
thing,
really is, yeah.
and they're
That's
gonna get Ohio State.
mm-hmm.
Ohio State has been doing pretty good too. Um, they have good leadership systems, accountability environment. They hold each other accountable in their room. And they have said if you can make it into the starting lineup, at Penn State, you can become a you can become a national champion because you have
Wow.
a lot of guys that are national champion, guys that were national champions that are in the senior level competing internationally, and
Mm-hmm.
you have world champions in there that you train with.
Wow.
So you can make it as a starter there. There's a
Yeah.
pretty
Says
good
something.
chance that you are to become national.
Yeah. Wow. That says something.
Yeah.
Says a
Where
lot.
else do you see that in jiu-jitsu to be able to do that? Other than
Right?
Atos, of course. What
Yeah.
can you do?
Yeah. I mean, yeah. I can't think of, yeah. I mean, there's no really one gym that's that dominant.
Because even Pedigo in Nogi, they're pretty good. And that's a gym
Mm,
that was not known as much
right.
before before the pandemic, right? I don't remember them before the pandemic being,
Right.
and they just blew up.
Yep.
And they hold each other accountable too as a gym.
Cannibal?
I can't accountable. They hold each other
Oh, yeah,
accountable.
yeah, 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 yeah. Accountable.
Yeah,
Yep.
you step out of line like Wilts, you're out.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, it's true.
Rightfully so.
Yeah. Yeah, but you can't keep that around.
Now switching gears to Lindsey Von's, it's a different sport now that we talk about. Lindsey Von's crashing leg injury, like the risk at elite level, the high speed risk sports like she does skiing, a pro reality of competition, an athlete pushing the limits despite injury history. How many people do you know that have done that? That being injured still compete.
Right. So many.
When do you think that competitiveness becomes self-sacrifice?
I don't know that you can really draw that line because I mean, it becomes self-sacrifice when it doesn't work, but it becomes grit when it does. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's kind of what it feels like. Because everybody's like, "Oh yeah, like that's so cool that they push through like that," and won. But if they fail, then it's like, "Oh, I can't believe they took that risk." So it's really hard to draw that line. I feel
yeah,
like it really comes down to the athlete and hopefully a coach or somebody looking out for them. But
yeah. Because they have to live in their body for the rest of their life.
mm-hmm,
It's not the fans, it's not the sponsor, it's not your coach. You're the
right,
one that has to live the rest of your life
mm-hmm,
in that body. Um, which is, and then some people don't know where the line is sometimes, which make it sad. They keep pushing through.
mm-hmm,
Um, and that's a valid point that you said about if it works, it's admirable. But if it doesn't, you're dumb for doing that.
mm-hmm.
On the mental side of returning after injury, you have to be smart about it because some injuries are different than others. Some are more mental than others. Would you say?
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely.
It's
Um,
hard to.
yeah.
Do you see her leg after surgery?
After certain, no.
Yeah. She made a post yesterday about it.
Mm.
Let me share this picture of her. Do you see this right here?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. That is what is called a external fixator. When you have a compound fracture, that have to drive a metal between your bones
Mm-hmm.
and the metal that goes inside the metal, and then these other ones they hold them together from the outside.
Yeah.
So you bone scale you to heal with from the outside, and it looks like right here, it looks like a big opening that she has a wound back of some sort. You have to
Right.
heal the injury. That's a pretty shit now.
Wow.
That looks painful.
That does.
And this surgery number 3, by the way.
I believe it. I mean, if it's as broken in as many places as it looks like, I can only imagine.
Yeah. Because remember, you have to, another thing that you have to fight during recovery is inflammation. And as soon as the injury happens, that's the first thing that happens, inflammation.
Mm-hmm.
So you know you have to reduce inflammation to be able to see what you have to repair.
Yeah. Gosh.
Damn. So she blew her ACL before this event. She could just had a knee surgery and be on her way to recover for 8 months. This looks
Right.
like at least a year.
I would imagine. Yeah.
And probably 3 months, no weight bearing
Mm-hmm.
while this thing is healing.
Golly, that's hard to imagine. I mean,
Hmm. How do you keep it clean too? Because that cannot get infected.
right.
You lose your leg if that thing gets infected.
Right. Wow. I wonder if that means, is she in the hospital for, I mean, I don't know how long she's got to be in the hospital for that.
Yeah, and she's in Italy too. She had to come back home sometime.
Right.
How do you get her here? On the boat? I don't know. Can you even
Right.
fly with that?
I wouldn't think so. I mean,
You can bend your knee.
right.
How do you sit in the regular plane?
Yeah, she's not fitting in economy.
No, for sure. The sitting on the floor next to the bathroom.
Yeah.
But that's gnarly.
Yeah.
Frankenstein leg.
Yeah. But you only get so many chances at the Olympics. So that's probably
Yeah.
why she pushed, if I had to guess.
Yeah, at 41 years old.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if she's been to the Olympics before, but, I mean, she probably considered it to be one of her last chances to, attempt gold.
Mm-hmm.
In which case, it's really hard to blame her. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's a
Yeah.
high risk, high reward.
Yeah. Do you think greatness always a tie to risk?
Yeah, I think it's got to be. Otherwise, there's no reason to admire it. Almost, you know what I mean?
Yeah. That's the reason that they're considered great because not everybody's willing to push that
Right,
far.
right.
Do you think what's the point of diminishing return as far as longevity versus short-term glory?
Say that again. I'm sorry.
What's the point of diminishing return for athletes regarding longevity versus short-term glory? Because you
Mm,
can only do this so many times
yeah,
as
I
far as
mean,
injury.
I feel like that's kind of one of those ones that depends on the athlete. You know, it depends how much it matters to them.
Yeah. In legacy, at some certain point, they value that more than the short-term,
Right.
either reward or punishment that they'll get for competing.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That's the cost of chasing greatness.
Yep. And I think some of it can be pretty hard to know for the athlete. Because we've all done stuff to our bodies that as we age is like, wow, I can't believe I did that. That really messed me up. But at the time, you don't really realize it.
Yeah. Oh yeah. You realized it was too late. Like,
Yeah.
damn, that was a terrible idea. I should have stepped. I should have pulled this one back.
Yeah,
No.
I shouldn't have jumped off that thing. My knee really still feels that today.
Yeah.
Stuff
I
like
shouldn't have
that.
gone slip and sliding with my friends. Say, blow my knee back.
Yeah,
Slipping on soap.
yeah.
I shouldn't have gone to that PDD party. Too much oil on that floor. Hey man, sometimes it depends. Different people, different folks, different
Yeah,
drugs, right?
yeah, yeah.
But dude, do you think? Well, you said it. Elite performance live right next to disaster.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Without a doubt. I mean,
That's why so many people admire so much.
right. Right. I mean, a lot of it's just, in a, I guess a weird way to put it is like seeing what the human body is capable of. So you're pushing it to the limits.
Yeah,
If everybody
push
could
it
do
to
it,
the limit.
yeah.
You have to. You are, especially in an era in which people are so used to doing things that seem to be impossible. Like I was telling my
Mhm.
wife how the first time I remember the first time that I've seen Tony Hawk doing 900 in a skateboard. It's like, oh, it's like mind blowing. But meanwhile, you see kids in the regular, you can just do it like it's
Right.
nothing.
Right. And like running the fastest miles.
Mm-hmm.
What was it like? I think that people used to think that running below a 5 minute was impossible for the human body or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And now people do that on the regular in 5Ks. Like,
Yeah, dude, speaking of that, I saw a guy, I think yesterday before yesterday, he was running uphill with skis, sub 6 minute mile.
oh my God.
Yeah. I'm like, how the fuck? You have no ankles, range of motion. How the fuck you running uphill under 6 minute mile, under 6 minute, sub
That's wild.
mile speed on snow, not just
Yeah.
flat terrain, on snow? How's that possible?
I don't know. I can't do that normal
Oh no,
downhill.
rolling.
Yeah.
Have you seen? Do you watch Super Bowl commercials? Speaking of
No,
rolling,
no, no.
dude, one of the commercials was a wedding. They had somebody like they had a cake and the cake rolled down the hill, and they had everybody in the party rolling down the hill like the run of the cheese.
The cheese, yeah.
It was hilarious because they had Post Malone, Shane Gillis, Peyton Manning.
No
All
way. That's
yeah,
funny. Oh man.
it was hilarious. There was an old man. He just stood up. He just got wiped out by somebody rolling down. Blew his knees out there. I gotta see that video, man. Dude, that was freaking hilarious. It's like run me on the
Uh,
run of the cheese. But yeah, um, but I don't have anything else as far as for this week other than just rewind Arlovsky longevity, prairie situation as far as emotional control, the Bruce Cruz, business evolution, maybe for another band and not so much for Bare Knuckle, Craig Jones versus Dylan, personality era, and Zagreb and PSA versus OSU, which seems like a pure discipline as far as sport within like collegiate.
hmm.
And let's even on the cost of elite risk um in the Olympics, going for greatness. Um, do you want to close out?
Sure. Yeah, thank you guys for listening. Hope you enjoyed the episode. Uh, give us a listen on Spotify, Amazon Music, YouTube, iHeartRadio, iTunes. Give us a follow on Instagram. Let us know what you like, what you didn't like. Thank you guys for listening.